Good day everyone, this is Sir Carlo and welcome back to our Mathematics 8 video discussion. We are now on the third quarter of our school year, so kindly get your modules and follow along as we discuss Module 1 of Quarter 3, which is Mathematical System in Geometry. So by the way, in the third quarter, we will be dealing with geometry this time. Sa second quarter of first quarter, can I talk about algebra man ta. Sa third quarter, we will dig into geometry. So first, before we go on, let's define what is geometry. I'm sure kailan mo geometry. But according to its definition, geometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with the measurement, properties, and relationships of points, lines, angles, surfaces, and solids. So sa geometry atong i-expect nga our topics will be about different kinds of shapes, figures, mga angles, points, and lines. So now let's go directly to our first lesson for Module 1. So first, we have here the undefined terms. So mauni ang mga basic terms na atong timan-an about geometry. So in geometry, we have several undefined terms. We have the point, line, and plane. So kaning tulo mo ni ang pinaka-basic o pinaka-importante nga mga terms about geometry. So we have here their term and description, how to name it, and their diagram. So let's go first to point. So what is a point? A point indicates a location and has no size. So ang point, wala siya gidakon, it has no size, it only indicates a location. How to name it? You can represent a point by a dot and name it by a capital letter such as point A. So we have here its diagram. So again, very basic point. Ina nila turbo. And if we name a point, we will use capital letters, any letters from the alphabet. So in our example, we have here point A. So this is a point. Next, we have line. What is a line? A line is represented by a straight path that extends in two opposite directions without end and has no thickness. A line contains infinitely many points. So unsa do ang line? Wala siya thickness, wala siya kabakon, wala siya kanipison, and it is a straight path. So dili na to matawag og line kung it is a curve, kung naghiwi na siya or nagzigzag. A line is represented by a straight path that extends in two opposite directions without end. So walay kahumanan ang line. It extends infinitely and it contains infinitely many points. So sa line, within the line, there are many points. How to name it? You can name a line by any 2 points on the line. So, di ba, from its definition, ang line daw, there are infinitely many points within a line. So, pwede ra ka magpili og duha ka points gikan adto nga pwede nimo gamiton to name the line. Such as AB, then naay arrow sa ibabaw, naay line sa ibabaw with two arrowheads. So muna'y symbol sa line. Kaya di ba, it extends in opposite direction at has no end. So muna'y meaning sa duha ka arrow sa ibabaw. And this is read as line AB or line BA or by a single lowercase letter such as line L. So when we say line, kung single letter ang atong gamiton, dapat naka-lowercase. So let's take a look at its diagram. So natay line, this is line AB. So ang gigamit na to is ang point A and the point B. So these two lines, nag-connect man siya, 2 points, nag-connect man siya into a line. So we can use these points to name this line. Pwede siya line AB or line BA or line L. Pwede ta mag-assign og isa ka lowercase letter to name our line. And lastly, we have plane. A plane is represented by a flat surface that extends without end and has no thickness. A plane contains infinitely many lines. So if ang line it contains infinitely many points, ang plane it contains infinitely many lines. So ang plane is from the word itself, the plane, flat surface siya. How to name it? You can name a plane by a capital letter such as plane P, or by at least 3 points in the plane that do not all lie on the same line, such as plane ABC. So tanaw na to ang diagram. So naatay plane kani mura siya og rhombus. And then sa sud sa atong plane na ay daghang points. Na point A, point C, point B, na tulo ka point. So pwede ni sila nato gamiton as name of our plane. So this is plane ABC. Pwede na to magamit ang point, tulo ka point, as long as wala sila naglumbay, wala sila naglinya. So this is plane ABC, or a single capital letter, plane P. So those are the undefined terms of geometry. Again, point, line, and plane. You familiarize, you study the differences, their description, and how to name them. And you may answer this practice activity. So you need to tell whether each of the following represents a point, a line, or a plane. Example, top of a box. Diba? Ang ibabaw daw sa box, that is a plane. Four corners of a room. Corners man kanang kilid sa room. Those are points. Number 2, side of a blackboard. Unsa man ang side sa blackboard? That is a line. And cover of a book. That is a plane. Tip of a pen, kanang tumoy sa ballpen. That is a point. So yun to pag-determine kung unsa ang point, line, o plane. Now let's go to lesson 2. Collinear and coplanar. So what is collinear and coplanar? So we have here different terms, their meaning, and their model. So let's have first collinear. Sama ng collinear. Collinear are points that lie on the same line. Kanang mga points nga naglumbay. Kanang nagtapad. Those are collinear. How about non-collinear? Non-collinear are points that do not lie on the same line. So from the word non, dili collinear, so meaning wala nagline ang mga points, nagkatag. So let's take a look at the model. Diba natay line FG o FH. And then we have 3 points, F, G, and H. So point F and G are collinear. Anong collinear man sila? Kay nagtapad sila, they are located in one line. And G and H are non-collinear. Anong non-collinear man ang G ug H? Kay wala man sila nagtapad. So they are non-collinear. So nga na ka-simple ang collinear ug non-collinear. Collinear, di ba na word nga line sa tunga. So nagline. Ug non-collinear, non meaning wala. So or dili collinear. And we also have coplanar and non-coplanar. So first we have coplanar are points or lines that lie on the same plane. The plane, coplanar. So mga points nga naa na belong sa or naa na sud sa isa ka plane. And of course, its opposite, the non-coplanar, points or lines, o dili lang kay points di ay, points or lines that do not lie on the same plane. So points or lines na dili nimo makita sa the same plane. Let's take a look at this model. So natay plane, then naay points W, X, and Y, then naay point Z sa gawas. So point W, X, and Y are coplanar. Anong coplanar man si X, W, ug Y? Because na sila nasudra sa isa ka plane. W, X, Y, and Z are non-coplanar kay si Z di aman sa gawas. Wala siya nabilong sa isa ra ka plane. So ingala ra ka simple ang coplanar and non-coplanar. 3 non-collinear points form a plane. So ang tulo kuno ka non-collinear points kaning W, X, Y, Z, di ba dili man sila collinear kay wala man sila nagline. They form a plane. So kung collinear ni nga mga line maka-form mga points, maka-form siya line. But if dili sila collinear, maka-form sila og plane. So those are collinear and coplanar. So we have here what's more your practice activity. Use the figure on the right to name each of the following. So may given figure ani plane R, then ay mga points A, C, P, B, D, K, and J. Then ay mga lines C, D, A, B, J, K. So ato daw silang i-name. So example, 3 collinear points. Makita tag 3 collinear points. So ang mga collinear ani si A, P, B, points C, P, D, o points J, D, K. Di ba mo man ang mga points nga naglumbay, naglinya. So they are collinear points. 3 non-collinear points. Asa man ani ang wala naglinya. So pwede nga C, P, B. Baka mong pangita sa uban. How about 4 coplanar points? Sa gani ang coplanar points nga naa na belong sa isa ka plane. So pwede nga si point A, C, P, B. Di ba naaraman sila sud sa plane. How about 4 non-coplanar points? Sa man ana ang mga points nga wala na belong sa plane. Diba point J o point K raman. Okay, so that's your practice activity. So those are collinear and coplanar, non-collinear and non-coplanar. I hope everything is clear about this one. So this is very easy. You read the meaning again. So let's go to the last lesson, lesson 3. Postulates about points, lines, and planes. Unsa man ang mga postulates? Postulates or mga rules about points, lines, and planes. So we have postulate number 1. Through any 2 points, there is exactly 1 line. So any 2 points kuno, maka-form dyan na siya always og 1 line. Kay kung 2 points ra di ba dili mata maka-form og duha ka line or tulo ka line. Isa ra man jud ka line kay duha ra man ka points para ani point AB. Kung imo nang sumpayon, isa ra ka line ang mabuo. So that is postulate number 1. Next, postulate number 2. If 2 distinct lines intersect, the meaning of intersect, magtagbo, then they intersect in exactly 1 point. Sa atong example, line AE, kani line AE, and line DB, kani nga line, intersect at point C. So naa sila nag-cross or nagtagbo sa point C. So 2 distinct lines, 2 kuno nga line kung magtagbo na, magtagbo ra jud sila in exactly 1 point. Kay di ba dili man pud nahitabo nga 2 lines then magtagbo then ang ilang intersection is duha. So isa ra jud na exactly 1 point. Next, postulate number 3. If 2 distinct planes intersect, then they intersect in exactly 1 line. So ang duha kuno ka plane, kung ang duha ka plane mag-cross or magtagbo or mag-intersect, ana sila mag-intersect in exactly 1 line. So imagine na lang kaning figure natay plane W, then natay plane R, then kung mag-cross sila, ana sila mag-intersect sa 1 line na line nga mabuo sa ilang intersection, and that is line L. So tanawan ni nga figure. And lastly, postulate number 4, through any 3 non-collinear points, there is exactly 1 plane. So kung any bisan unsa nga points, tulo ka points basta non-collinear, wala naglinya or wala nagtapad, nagbuwag-buwag, maka-form jud na siya og 1 plane. So points A, B, and C are non-collinear. So ba, di ba, wala man na sila nagtapad, wala nagline. So plane P is the only plane that contains that. So ang point A, B, and C, points A, B, and C, kay maka-form of plane P. Nagitawag na to plane P. So these are the four postulate of points, lines, and planes. Familiarize these postulates. So we have here, what's more, determine what postulate is to be used to justify each of the following statements. So sayo na ni kayo magpili ra mo kung saan nga postulate ang gi-describe ani. So this is just practice activity mo pod. So you may try answering this one. So that's it. Those are the three lessons for module 1. Then we have assessment. This is very important. You have to answer your assessment. So these are multiple choice only. So you read the questions very carefully and choose the correct answer. Review your module first before answering. Okay, so that's it for module 1 of quarter 3 mathematical system in geometry. If you have questions about this topic, don't hesitate to contact me or message me on my messenger or on my mobile phone. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Have a good day.